So good afternoon, good day, whatever time it might be when you're watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. There's only 4 subscribers, which I don't blame people for not subscribing because the channel's been very inconsistent. But now we're moving forward and starting to come around. There was a period of some major depression that took place during the height of the lockdown. You were exposed to that, some spiritual things going on. But we're okay now for the most part. It's, not accurate to say I'm fully okay, as would be the case with most people in this quote-unquote new normal. And I shouldn't even use that word. I really hate it. I hate everything that's come out of this. It's all a bunch of bullshit, not the virus itself. It's a shame that people are still getting sick and cases are rising, and that's what I was coming on here to talk about. And that is to continue to wash your hands. Don't be completely flippant and not paying attention and not doing what you're supposed to do. And, washing hands is something that always should have been done. It's not a novel activity. It's common sense. Don't touch your face too much. I mean, it's hard not to touch your face, especially when you're sleeping at night. It's going to happen, but limit that as much as you can. And when you do touch your face, then of course you wash your hands soon after. As far as shaking hands, if you have, this is my opinion, and I think it's pretty accurate. I don't think anybody's going to dispute it. If you have hand sanitizer on you and you shake somebody's hand, then you just take the hand sanitizer and just use it immediately after you shake somebody's hand. So I think if you have that available to you, if you're right in front of a sink, right next to a bathroom, you can shake somebody's hand, but then just go to the bathroom right away or use the hand sanitizer right away. I don't think that handshaking has to be completely eliminated. And then when it comes to people that are lucky enough to, somebody's jogging, lucky enough to be in a relationship, or maybe not lucky, it can go both ways. You could be trapped or you could be loving it. Obviously, people dating are exposed to each other all the time, so they can hold hands all they want and still wash their hands when they can. But just be careful. And of course, diet is important too. I mean, if you're going to McDonald's, if you're going to Jack in the Box, to those who might be watching out west, although there is a Jack in the Box in Philadelphia, unless it closed, I don't know, but there was one at one time by Delaware Avenue, or it's called something else now, Columbus Ave Boulevard or whatever, which of course the Antifas will probably change that soon. That's another thing. The whole thing is ridiculous. The world's coming to an end, but let's just enjoy it as long as it lasts and just sit back and watch it fall apart. And it will, and it is. So yeah, we'll just move on to that, the Antifa thing. There should be a National Guard sent out, and just these people should be just taken care of, whether with a hose or just firing shots and just killing these people. Just fucking kill them. Fuck them. It's all bullshit. Some people might say, "Oh, you're insensitive." No. Enough is enough. Get the National Guard out there and get these people just taken out. They're going to get the virus anyway. Oh my goodness. If you're going to take monuments away, might as well change the history books. Let's change the history books. I mean, I said that a long time ago, because everybody knows, or most people know, most people accept that JFK was not assassinated, or if he was assassinated, by Henry Oswald. Oswald had help, he had partners, he had handlers. I mean, the JFK assassination was a big coup, and of course that was all spurred on by the Cuban situation. It was a coup d'etat. Is that the word? Coup d'etat? Am I pronouncing that right? So, I mean, all that information can be found. So, I mean, if I was a history teacher, I would just tell the kids right away. JFK was not assassinated by a lone single gunman, Henry Oswald. He didn't act alone. I would just tell kids that right away. And then, of course, 9/11 was an inside job, or I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to totally bank on that and settle on that as being a pure fact. But Bush was warned. They knew about it. They might not have known exactly when it was going to happen, but they knew something was going to happen. But they said, well, this will just help us with our globalization, our one world government advancement, taking away civil liberties and going back to war with Iraq. So when something like that happens, then we'll just respond at that time. They knew something was going to happen. I don't think, honestly, that they actually planned it. Some of my cohorts will say that, but I don't. They just knew it was going to happen. It was totally botched. It could have been prevented if they would have pursued it, but they didn't. George Bush was playing golf, and all the, the pure, lockstep and barrel Republicans, which I do not represent. That's not me. They say, oh, Obama was doing this and was doing that. And it's the same thing with Bush. And then they say Trump's doing it too, whatever, playing golf. Bush was doing it too. The liberals say Trump's playing golf, whatever. So it's the same thing. You had 9/11, then you had, of course, the Bobby Kennedy assassination, which was a complete MK Ultra setup. That guy, that Sirhan was programmed to do that. There was the woman in the polka dot dress. There were people running down the steps saying, we shot him, we shot him. Basically, that was part of a Republican convention that was taking place at the same time as the Bobby Kennedy speech. So there were people that knew about it, that planned it. He had handlers. It was a complete MK Ultra operation. Then you have Martin Luther King. That was another MK Ultra operation. I forget the shooter's name now. I think he passed away. But the King family has pretty much agreed with that possibility. It's not it's what happened. So there's been so much. I mean, but I'm not going to go as far to say that the Earth is flat. Even though I know people who say that, and they do say that the moon landing was filmed in Southern California at some sort of government compound. I don't go for that. No, the Earth is round. So when it comes to the Earth, to the flat Earth, I don't buy into that. This virus, of course, was created by the globalists, by Bill Gates, the Fauci's. I mean, Fauci's in on it too. It's all a conspiracy. Don't let them give you a vaccination. It's bullshit. Resist it. Don't do it. Continue to eat blueberries, wash your hands. Just eat well. Don't drink a lot. Some people like to drink. I enjoy drinking. I get drunk sometimes. I shouldn't. Nobody really should, but we do, and that's it. But if you just keep that down to a minimum, it's okay. You'll survive. And just eat the best that you can. And wash your hands. And we're going to get through it. And we'll just see what happens. I mean, no, the world's not going to get better. It's just going to continue to get worse. So just do your own thing. Do what you want to do. If you're a young kid, you're in school, just keep going to school if you can. They might not let you, or study from home. And do the best that you can. And if there's life after school, continue living. If there isn't, then, well, whatever. The world ended and so forth and so forth, If you're older and you have regrets about going back to school, just forget about it. That's done. Just do the best you can now. Don't go back to school. Just go to the library and continue to educate yourself, and just continue to stay positive and be involved in positive things and be around great people, and you'll be fine. Thank you.